All right, today's question comes from Cassie in Wisconsin. My husband and I recently decided to move closer to family, but since making that decision, my sense of security is crumbling. We lost 2 businesses when the pandemic started. We sold our house for a good price. However, the area we are moving to is more expensive. We are completely debt-free, but with the current economic landscape, I'm freaking out that we're putting ourselves in a shaky position. How do we know that we haven't made a huge mistake? Dave, how do you tell somebody to know if they haven't made a huge mistake? I kind of have a default answer to that, but before I just throw it out there.
It's not permanent. You can undo anything you're doing. Like if you go there and it doesn't work out, you can leave.
How do you know you haven't made a huge mistake?
So it's not a huge mistake. You might have made a mistake.
Yeah, you might have screwed up. You don't know.
But is it life-threatening? No.
No.
Is it going to ruin the rest of your life financially?
No.
Not unless you stay there in the middle of the huge mistake. Mm-hmm. But if you get over there and it's a mistake, then you leave.
Yeah.
But I can't tell what all's going on here. If you sold everything and you lost your business and you don't have any incomes and you're moving to an expensive area, that would be like a good thing for you to be freaking out because you don't have any income.
Right.
You should be freaking out. But that's going to happen if you stay where you are. Right. You don't have any income. So the lack of income that I think I'm reading here is, you're debt-free, but you don't have income.
Right.
You still have to make money even when you're debt-free.
And I read this more, I'm assuming that they figured out they got to get jobs. I read this more as something that's happened to me several times, which is I know what the right decision to make is, and I make that decision, and I still wake up in 6 months and you get that. Do we do the right thing? And you just feel like you're on unstable ground, and so you got to circle back to, again, the data, right? Mm-hmm. The facts. Mm-hmm. Why'd you do this in the first place? Is it the right move? Yes, it is. You probably woke up and you don't have any community anymore, and you got to go make friends again, and you got to go figure out all those things that are not fun to do, but that slowly help your feet settle into the sidewalk, right?
Well, and you decide to move closer to family, and the great news is you're closer to family. The bad news is you're closer to family.
That's right. That's right.
But that might be sinking in too. The fairyland view of being near mom might not be quite.
Now mom's nearer to you.
Yeah, my God.
But I've left jobs, went somewhere new. I knew all the reasons why I left that job. And then Dave, whenever they finally replace me at that old position, I think, ooh, I don't know why, it just gets me a little bit. And the world keeps turning without me there.
Yeah, you realize it's not. Yeah, we can exist without.
Or old employees call and say, "Hey, that cool idea you had, they just changed it. Now they're doing something else. It's 3-4 years ago." I still think, "Oh man, but that was a good idea." I suddenly realized I had a little bit of my identity still attached back there, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that would be human nature.
That's right. And so I got to acknowledge it, and then I got to realize, well, I live here now. And as you pointed out, how do you know it's not a mistake? You don't. So live into it, make the best of it.
It's an adventure, baby.
If you realize it's not great, move.
It's an adventure, baby. This is how it works. Yeah, I think that's true.
And you're debt-free. You've set yourself up for this kind of move, right?
Yeah. There's an old movie. I think it was called Parenthood with Steve Martin in it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of one-liners in that thing that are fabulous. But at the end of he goes through all this turmoil with family stuff, and it's just driving him crazy. All this anxiety, all this angst, and jobs and loss and all this. I don't even remember what all it is, but it's like the whole movie is a constant state of crap. And at the end of it, he's getting on a roller coaster, and he's riding the roller coaster of life.
Yep.
Is the metaphor, and he's enjoying the ride.
That's right.
With the ups and the downs. And it's a beautiful scene at the end, the beautiful metaphor for the whole thing, because that is parenthood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be, that is moving close to family. That is changing cities. It's an adventure. So it's still, let's say you move from the city you're in, and you move to the more expensive place, and 2 years from now you're miserable. Economically, it's not working out. Relationally, it's not working out. And if you want to call it a huge mistake, you can call it a huge mistake. If you just want to call it a mistake, we can call it a mistake. So 2 years from now, what would you do? What could you do? load up the truck and move back.
Right. Or go somewhere else.
Or start a third possible city.
Right.
That's the beauty of America. It is still, as many people don't agree with this, but it is still free.
Yeah.
And you can just decide, I don't want to live in California anymore.
Right.
And a whole bunch of people did, and they left.
Oh, man, they did. Yep.
And I don't want to live in New York anymore. And a whole bunch of people did, and they left.
Right.
And, and I don't want to live near my mother, and you leave.
Right.
And I do want to live near my mother, so you go.
Right.
And these are options. You can just decide. And so the cool thing about a decision is, if it's the wrong one, make another one.
Yeah. And just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean you made the wrong decision. Right? And we see that with breakups.
100% of change is going to be uncomfortable.
There you go. We see that with breakups, with moves, with new jobs. They're always uncomfortable. Right?
Yeah.
And we're so obsessed with our feelings that we feel less than what we imagine perfect is going to be, and we think, well, we screwed that up. No, you didn't. You didn't. Right? It's going to be uncomfortable for a season until you get friends, till you get a community, till you get a church, till y'all find your date spot, till you find the place where everybody knows your name, whatever those are. Or 2 years you wake up and realize this isn't the right move for us.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
One of our operating board members wrote our Ramsey newsletter last week, and the whole opening thing was, I hope this week has been uncomfortable for you.
Yep.
I hope this week you've had conflict that was healthy.
Yeah.
I hope this week that you've been pushed to be better. I hope this week you've been had the uncomfortable conversation pushing someone else to be better. I hope this week that you've gone outside your comfort zone and it scared the crap out of you. Yeah. I hope this week, because otherwise you're not living.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's good.
We are addicted to comfort in our society.
Yeah,
addicted.
That's very, very good stuff. Very good stuff.
So hang in there, Cassie. Hang in there.
Yeah. Make the move. It's an adventure. Ride the roller coaster. Do it. Have at it. And if it's bad, just undo it.
Yeah.
Just go back.
You're debt-free for a reason.
I don't know if I should pay off my house. I don't know. I've got the money in my checking account. I don't know if I should pay off my house.
Pay it off.
Pay it off. If you hate being debt-free, you can go get a mortgage. People don't do it, but if you get in there and you go, this is the dumbest thing I ever did. I hate being debt-free. I can't stand it. I really enjoyed having that mortgage payment. I want another one. The mortgage company will sign your butt right up.
That's the beauty of America.
You'll be right back in there in no time. If you pay off all your credit cards and cut them all up, and you don't like it,
they will give you another one.
There'll be one in your mailbox Tuesday. Don't worry about it. You'll have another shot. Oh my gosh. They'll give a dead person and a dog a credit card, so they'll definitely give you one.